Okay, boys and girls, we've discussed the colour wheel. Now we're going to do a fun project, and we're going to take the elements of the colours, the three primary colours and the three secondary colours. Now we should at this stage know what the three primaries are. They are red, yellow and blue. And we need the three secondary colours, which is the products of those, orange, purple and green. So this is about the size of the paper that you're going to get. And you're going to get 6 pieces. And your objective is to make sure that you apply the colours in the right rotation for the colour wheel. And you're going to create a collage, and this is an example here, of a dinner plate. And you're going to use those three primaries and three secondary colours to come up with fruits and vegetables. Fill your plate. And then I want you to add in your silverware, and you can also add in your condiments. If you don't understand what the word condiments means, it's when, say you go to the restaurant and you've got salts and peppers and sauces and oils and all sorts of different dressings that you'd like to have with your meal. Now, let me just put this to the side. What you need to do first is to pick your background paper, or I call it support paper. Now, there's all sorts of colours in construction paper, so you pick the one that you like, okay? And then, tracing around a foam plate on black paper, you're going to trace and then cut out a circle. So this is your plate now, okay? And I want to use black because it gives the colours a nice lift, it does. So that's why we're doing a black plate. And then we're using this size so that we can keep our fruits and vegetables kind of proportionally correct, you know, so that we don't want to have a great big sheet of yellow paper into a great big banana or a great big lemon. That's too big for our plate. So that's why we're using these sizes. Now, using the marker, you can start off with a pencil. Think about a yellow, a blue, a red, a purple, a green and an orange fruit and vegetable. So list them, and I'd like you to do this as a team on your table. So come up with a variety so that not all of you are creating exactly the same fruits and vegetables. We want variety. So if you were to say yellow, now I've done on my example a banana, but another yellow fruit or vegetable is a lemon. So I'm just going to do a curve there, a little bit peak there and a curve there. And I'm just going to put some dots, okay? And when I'm ready, I'm going to cut that out. And I'm going to keep this because I want to use this yellow for making my knives and forks. And how I do a fork, do 2 parallel lines, do a curve going out and a curve going out like that. And I'm going to go in and out, in and out, in and out. And I've got the top of a fork. For my knife, I just do a long straight line and zigzag. Okay, now there I've got the knife and fork already to cut out, and that's the tops, but I'd need handles for it. So when I'm happy with that, I'll cut that out. I'm going to continue to do that with my other colours. So on my example, I've got broccoli, but another green fruit or vegetable, let's think, I'm going to do peas in a pod. So I'm going to do a big curve. I'm going to go and I'm just going to do some wavy lines so the peas are still in the pod. Okay, and I'll do another one. Some peas so they're all overlapping, and I'll do, there's a pod and it's been opened up, and I'll do some peas and then I'd cut that out. Okay, so I've got some peas there. Now when I've got everything cut out, I'm going to start applying it on my plate. I'm not going to glue it yet, I'm going to set it out first to make sure that I have them in the right order. So I'm going to start first with my secondary or my primary colours, followed by a secondary. So if I do this, I made a carrot, and I also used the scraps from my green paper after I'd made my peas on the pod. So the product of orange is obviously red and yellow, and what I did there was I actually made some red strawberries. Now they have little green tops to them, and I made these little kind of crowns, and I'm just going to pop them just slightly underneath so that they're coming up from behind. Makes it look nice and neat and tidy there. Okay, same there. All right, and I did, for purple, I actually did an eggplant. So I'm going to put my eggplant there. That's my secondary colour. I'm going to put my peas there that I drew and I actually cut out earlier with my loose peas. There and there. Okay, and the one colour that I'm actually missing now is blue. So what I cut out was actually blueberries. So if you can see there, I've got my primaries, and primary would be in a triangle. So if you did a triangle like that, there at the points, and if I got an upside down triangle, if you look at the colour wheel that I have in the art room, there's two triangles overlapping, and you've got your primary colours on one triangle and your secondary colours on the other triangle. So now you can see it goes primary, secondary, primary, secondary, primary, secondary. But you have to make sure that you've got the correct result in between the two primaries. So red and yellow make orange. Red and blue make purple. Blue and yellow make green. Okay, so that you make sure that they're in the right rotation. Please check with your shoulder partner before you glue it down. If your shoulder partner's not too sure, then raise your hand and ask the teacher. And the final thing, always need your knife and fork. There's my handle. There's my fork. And here's my handle. Here's my knife. And with your extra bits of scrap paper, you can add in little salt and pepper sellers, pepper mill, and you can apply that in the space on either side of your plate. And there you go, boys and girls, you've just created yourself a colour wheel using the secondary and primary colours, and you've made yourself a dinner plate. Now, boys and girls, it's your turn. Let's go and make some art.